Give me them good times. Give me them good times. Give me them good times. Give me them good times.
What is up, Log City, and welcome back to Spokecast. I'm your host, Brennan Pointer. First off, shout out to my good friend Jinx Universe for letting me use his song Good Times as the intro to this episode. Go stream it wherever you listen to music. Well, welcome back to Volume Week. Quick reminder for those who don't know, Volume is the Inlander-founded music festival making its return after 5 years. For the first time since 2019, Volume is going to light up the venues across Spokane from September 13th and 14th for 2 nights of live music. And this year, the festival is spearheaded by local talent buyer Riker and their business partner Brayton Dawson alongside Joel Barber of the Great P&W. And you heard it here first, Spokecast listeners. I kind of teased it yesterday. At this year's Volume, there is going to be a Spokecast zone. What is a Spokecast zone? Well, as of right now, I'll be hopping around venues with my friends Jazz Boyd and Spicy Ketchup on Saturday, hosting live interviews with musicians, organizers, and festival goers throughout the day and night. And we're going to use this opportunity to get into the heart of the Spokane music scene to talk to people about why Spokane needs more events like Volume. For more details on who's performing and to grab your tickets, head on over to volumespokane.com. Well, today's guest is Tyler Alai, who will be performing at this year's Volume at the Q Lounge this Friday at 6:05 p.m. You can also see Tyler perform at the Steam Plant this Thursday from 6:30 to 9:30. And I just had such a pleasure sitting down with Tyler. She's an incredibly talented singer-songwriter who's made her mark on the Spokane music scene despite starting her journey thousands of miles away. Tyler Alai, originally from the beautiful islands of Hawaii. Tyler moved here to Spokane about 6 years ago, and in that time, she's become an integral part of our local music community with her dreamy jazz pop sound and captivating performances. On the podcast, we're going to talk about her journey from Hawaii to Spokane, her musical roots, her creative process, and how the Spokane music scene has welcomed her. We'll also get a sneak peek into her upcoming projects, including her highly anticipated debut EP. And stick around for the end because Tyler will be treating us to a special live performance of her song Boner Soup, which you won't want to miss. I'll also say this podcast was recorded back in, I believe, Memorial Day, and I've kind of just been sitting on it because Tyler was also on friend of the podcast, City Chapters with Bobby Hodge. Go check out that interview. It's a much different interview than we have, and you'll get a little bit of a different taste of what Tyler is all about. But I just gotta say, Tyler is an amazing human. She's an amazing singer, songwriter, guitar player. She's just such an awesome person, and I would encourage everyone to go see her play this Friday during Volume at Q Lounge. It's at 6:05. Go check it out. I'm going to try to be there. As I say in the podcast, she is an amazingly talented musician. So I will not keep you any longer. Here is singer-songwriter, guitarist, musician, artist, Tyler Alai. This is Spokecast. So yeah, I'm sitting here with Tyler Alai. Thank you so much for joining me on Spokecast.
Yeah.
This has been a long time in the making. I feel like I've asked you to come on. Like I do this with a lot of people. I asked them to come on, and then I it sometimes it takes a year.
Right.
I feel
like that.
So I feel like for us it took about a year.
Yeah.
But the first question I always love to ask people when they're on, I know you're not from, like, you weren't born in Spokane, but when did you get to Spokane?
About 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where what brought you here?
My ex-boyfriend did. Yeah.
And what was like an early memory, like when you got here? What was like something that like really stuck out about Spokane?
It was super cold. I came in February and it was super cold. It was like 30s.
Oh my! So you're from Hawaii?
Yeah.
And like, had you not lived anywhere before that? Like,
no.
You've only ever lived in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Man, that would be a shock.
It was a huge shock. It was a shocker. Like, I did see snow on Mauna Kea once, but it was not the same as
here.
As this coldness.
Yeah. Like getting into Spokane. Like, so talk about a little bit about your background in music and like how you got to be a singer-songwriter?
My parents.
Yeah.
Both my parents play music. My mom dances hula and she sings Hawaiian music. And my dad did like close 4-part harmony arrangements to Hawaiian music and was a master ukulele artist.
Wow. And you just picked it up because they were into it and
Yeah. I mean, I started off with piano and then I saw the movie School of Rock.
yeah.
And then I wanted to learn guitar, so my dad bought me a book. And then I went into classes a couple years later.
What was so like, were you just inclined to play music? Like, can you just kind of pick up an instrument and do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could have that skill. That is such an amazing skill to have. Like it's probably the thing I'm most jealous about when people can just like, they can pick up any type of instrument and like they can kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool. I love music and I love being able to like experience it, but to be able to experience it like in like making it is something that I don't know if I'll ever be able to do. I guess I maybe should teach myself how to do it, but I don't know.
You can try.
You could try.
Doesn't hurt.
I got to say, the first time I'm not sure the first time I actually saw you perform, but my first memory of seeing you perform was at a summer solstice party. Like it was like
and on Monroe.
Right? At the old it was at Jazz and Corinne's place, and I guess it was like kind of Birds on the Coast, and I forgot what the name of their place was called. But they were just doing this event, and you performed for like 45 minutes, and you were amazing. Like you were such an amazing like singer, guitarist. Like and you're just such a vibe, I guess I should say. Like, and I couldn't really pin like what type of like how you would define yourself. How do you define yourself as a musician? Like, or with like sound the kind of the music you make?
It took forever. I just call it dreamy jazz pop right now. That rings the best.
Yeah, and it just like it does take you to a place. Like I been to Maui and Kauai a couple times, and it, like when you're in Hawaii and you are on island time, like you're just you can feel that vibe, and your music just kind of exudes that.
Yes.
Sick. And you don't find that much in Spokane. You don't find many like that type of music. I fell in love with when I was like younger. Well, my parents always used to play like James Taylor for me, but then Jack Johnson was like, I saw him open for Ben Harper like in 1999 or maybe like 2000, and it was something that I didn't really know at the time that I saw Jack Johnson, but then when his Brushfire Fairy Tales came out, like I was just like, I've seen him probably 6 times, and he makes me want to get to the ocean. Right?
Yeah, he gives off that vibe.
What do you miss about Hawaii the most?
The ocean.
The ocean.
And the beach.
Yeah.
And the food.
And the food, and all the things.
All the things.
Is there any good Hawaiian food in Spokane?
No. No. They try.
But in your experience of like getting here and like before when you were in Hawaii, were you already actively like performing a lot? Like what were you doing with your music there?
Yeah, I was playing a lot of shows. I was gigging at restaurants. I used to play at these. Well, I started out at these like bar venues when I was 16.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was an interesting scene. We had fun.
So when you got here to Spokane, like was that a shock? Like trying to get into the community, the music community and performing?
It took me 6 months to come outside.
Oh, really?
Make friends and stuff. Just adjusting. My friend Quincy was finding open mics, and we just went down to the Red Room. And then I met Lucas, and pretty much all my music friends was through the Red Room.
Through the Red Room. That's awesome. And then like where like and you just kind of just kept on performing like just any gig you can get, right?
Yeah. Like I remember going to the Bartlett, and then they used to book me for a bunch of shows and got me out there. And then I just started getting hit up by random people.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, Carly is such a she's such an amazing person.
She's the best.
Like
I love her.
I miss her, and like I love the new Chameleon Space, but I also just she brought her and her ex-husband like just brought so much music to Spokane, and it really is sad to not see them like in a space anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to go and be sad about too much, but I want to play a quick game, and then we're going to get into more of the music stuff. And but the game is a Spokecast Hot List. We're going to play. It's not a play. I'm going to say a word, and you're going to say the first word that comes to your mind as it relates to Spokane.
All right.
And the first word I always ask is park.
Manitou.
Coffee.
Oh, I forgot the name of the place. There was this place when I was living on the hill. It was like White Dog or something like
White
that.
Dog,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There still is one out on Northwest Boulevard.
Bet.
Yeah, it's really good. Burger.
What? They used to have Incrediburger, right? That was here, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
I think it's technically still at the casino.
Oh, they moved it? Bet.
Well, there was one up north, yeah.
Bet, yeah.
Incrediburger. How about like shopping?
Probably like the Northtown Mall.
Northtown. Oh man, I all the years I used to spend there when I was in high school.
Bet.
Sweet treats.
There's a candy store at the Northtown Mall. I forgot the name of it.
Oh, like the one.
It's like
I
downstairs.
think it's called Sweet Treats.
Oh, bet.
Like there's one upstairs called I think it's called Sweet Treats,
Bet.
and there was like another one that was like it was just like a front candy shop, but I don't know what it was called.
I don't remember the name of it.
What's your favorite type of candy? Like, what do you like? Because I feel like Hawaiian candy. I think there's different. You get different candy there, right?
Yeah, they have like lihimoi, which is like the dried plum, and they throw it on like sour belts and gummy bears and stuff.
Breakfast or brunch? I mean, not or brunch, but where at?
What is that? I'm so bad with names. There's a place in Browns. It's like across from the Elk.
Oh,
What is it called?
oh wow! Why can't I think of this name? Is it the coffee shop?
No. It's like across.
Oh, it's across. It's
the
like
other way.
the Italian.
Yeah, it has like 2 floors.
Oh man, I should know this too. That place. It's like it is an Italian word. Why can't I think of it?
It has like 2 floors. There's like it looks like a house.
Oh,
Whatever.
It looks like a. It does have. I'm trying to think of. Across brown.
Yeah.
Yes, like,
it was just called Brown.
I mean, it was called something else. Like it's been a couple of different things.
But
they had. I forgot what it was, but it was called like Brown Street Bistro or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Did you? Was that the first place you lived in Spokane? Was Brown's?
No, I actually lived in the valley.
Oh, in the valley. Mm-hmm. And what was your favorite spot out there in the valley?
Well, I mean, I guess the Spokane Valley Mall. And then when I was like working at Amy's Donuts, that was kind of fun too.
Okay. And Amy's Donuts is on Sprague, right?
Yeah, or was.
So you worked at Amy's Donuts?
Yeah, for a little bit.
How was that?
It was fun.
Did you? I love donuts. I've never actually had Amy's Donuts, so I'm sorry that I never had any. It's probably why they went out of business.
The decorating was my favorite.
Was it?
It was just like this old auntie and uncle that was the owner's parents taught us how to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think they were Chinese, but this lady reminded me of my grandma so much.
That's awesome. Donuts are like my I like my kryptonite. Like I ate a donut this morning when I went to the store. And I'm like, I should not have got one, but like I just love them so
Donuts.
much. Neighborhood.
Oh, this is a hard one. I used to like Browns a lot because I used to live over there after.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, it's a good. I always wanted to live there too. Visual artist. Pizza.
Was it Thunder Pie? Or is that the name of it?
The new place.
The new place. Yeah.
That is really good.
I've had it once. Yeah, it's pretty yummy.
Event.
Ooh, Lucky Fest.
Music venue.
Oh, I'm in between like the Bartlett and like Lucky You, Chameleon.
I feel like that's kind of like an amalgamation.
Right, it's like the same.
Right?
Yeah.
Musical artist that's not named Tyler Alai.
Oh, I have so many.
You can name a couple.
Like Kung Fu Vinyl. Like Blake Braley.
Yeah.
He's super good.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm farting on names right now.
Yeah, Blake's great. He plays across the street all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like impossible to get in there on nights that he performs.
Right.
But now he's like touring with
Alan Stone.
with Alan Stone.
Yeah.
Like he's doing it, and I think he just opened up for like Boys to Men.
Yeah, that's
And
so sick.
I should have gone to that show. I love Boys to Men. Well, getting into like getting into like what you're doing now, or like what you're focusing on now, like what is coming up for yourself? Like I know, like I think we kind of talked offhand, and this was from another podcast, but like you're working on an EP, or you're working on, is that correct?
Yeah. I'm starting my EP. Finally getting that done.
So like that's one, like when you were at the event, and I was like, I want to listen to more of Tyler's music. Like there's just nothing really is out there. Like there's some stuff on SoundCloud, right?
Yeah, and there's like a bunch of live videos from back in the day until now.
But like, did you ever like, you've never released an EP, but you've been making music forever.
Yeah.
Like, what is the, like, how long, like, why did it take so long? Like, is it just
perfectionist? I just want it to be perfect.
Right. That's what I hear from every artist, is just like they want it to be perfect. Like, I just helped my friend Jinx Universe release a song, and he's similar. Like he wants to, he's a perfectionist, and he wants it to be the best. Like, and I think that's admirable when you're making music. Like you don't want to just release stuff just to release stuff, right? Yeah. But like, what is the tone of it? Like, where is it like a bunch of stuff like from the past and new stuff? Like,
I'm probably gonna have. I'm thinking either 4 or 5 songs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but stuff that from way back in the day that I probably haven't even played at shows.
Oh, really?
And then like maybe a couple new ones.
What goes into like creating, like how, like when you're making music, like how do you write a song?
Ooh, usually I come up with guitar parts first, and then the lyrics either come or they take forever to come. But lately I've been doing it backwards. I've been writing a lot more lyrics and then figuring out the guitar parts after.
Yeah. What inspires you to do that? Is it like what you're going through, or
Yeah.
I think that's like life it just inspires you. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it is different for, I feel like it could be different for everyone. I feel like life does just inspire us in general, but like your music, because one thing that I can't really do is go listen to like all of your stuff and like kind of dissect it. Like when you write music, is it super personal to you?
Yeah, I write a lot of sad songs, like a lot of heartbroken songs, because I've got my heart broken lots of times. And then lately just songs about more uplifting. Just like to keep moving forward, because it gets hard sometimes.
Yeah. I tend to be on the like, I want more happy songs, but I think it's the sad songs that like really like make me sad, like that really make me feel something. I should say,
pull it out.
Like they pull it out. Like I was listening to Beyonce's new album, and I don't know if it's exactly a sad song, but like it's just like there's something about her music that like just made me like want to like be with my wife, like and like I was like and I was just like, but it's always sad. There are sad songs that like come up now that like that remind me of a time of like maybe someone died, or especially around the time when I had a friend that passed, and when that song comes on, I just like, it makes me just sometimes if I'm in the right mindset or in the wrong mindset, I just like I'd cry.
Yeah.
Like, do you cry when you write your songs?
Yeah, I do, and I've cried on stage a lot.
Yeah.
Like at shows, I just like feel it, and I'll just have like either I'll be crying out of one eye, one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like it. I think it's we need more of that in music. Yeah. I feel like I love seeing an artist cry, like, because it means like what they're doing is like meaningful to them.
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah. Who are some of your like influences, like when you were growing up? Like,
mainly my dad.
yeah.
Yeah. What I used to listen to, I actually like a lot of NSYNC, and then actually 50 Cent's "Get Rich or Die Trying" album. Honestly, that's my shit.
That is a really good album.
Yeah, that's a great album. Like Hiatus Coyote, Moses Sumney, and then I started getting into fingerstyle, so like Andy McKee and John Gome.
I'm not sure who that is, but I want to listen to it. I just discovered a guy named Dean Johnson.
I've never heard.
He's a folk singer from Seattle. He's like 50 years old, and he just released his first full album just last year.
Nice.
I saw him at Treefort. I saw him. I was like hanging out with like Carly Fairbanks and Matt Bogue, and then oh man, who else was I hanging out with? Micah Clay Lubin.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, we got to go see this guy, and like we stayed for the whole set, and I was just like, I was entranced by him because he was just like this old man. He's not old. He's 50 years old. I'm 40, so like he's not that much older, but he's like just making music, and I was just like, that's so cool to see someone later in life like. And I think he's been a part of music or part of bands, but like now he's doing his own solo stuff, and I was like, this is so cool. And then like, and when there's storytelling involved in music, I find it so much more. Like it just takes me to a place. Like I can listen to poppy stuff and it's fun. But like when you listen to storytelling in music, there's something about it. And I feel like you share that. Like there's stories in your music that like are just. When I saw you the one time, and then at when I had you play at when I invited you to come play at
Golden Handle.
Thank you. It was very like your originals are just so like they just take you somewhere.
Thank you. They definitely take me somewhere.
Like as you've been making this EP, like what are you recording it somewhere here in Spokane, or are you just getting ready to record it somewhere?
I'm getting ready to record it.
Yeah.
Like making sure I have all the parts right, so when we go in, we just bang it out like one time.
Yeah. Do you know we're going to be doing that, or are you just going to be doing it by yourself?
I'm not exactly sure yet.
Yeah.
I have someone helping me with all that.
Nice. Taking it to the next level, like where, like what needs to happen to do that? Do you want to take it to the next level? I feel like when I watch you, I'm like you're an amazing singer-songwriter already. I do believe like you have that factor that is very much like that it factor where like the sky's the limit for you. Like, do you agree with that?
I do. Yeah, now I do.
Did it take you a long time to get there?
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like it. I mean, like like I think some people have it when they're super young, and then some people just like I didn't start getting very like confident in myself until I was like in my 30s. Yeah.
Like I'm 32 now, so
yeah,
I'm just like finally figuring out who I am.
Right. So like, yeah, what is next? Like, I mean, I know it's EP, but like, what does Spokane like need to have in order to like do that, or is it like somewhere else? Like, do you have to go somewhere else?
I mean, it's possible here, but I'm trying to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I'll always come back and visit and play shows here too.
I mean, I think like talking to people that have lived in Spokane and then they go and they become, they go to LA or they go to other places. I think sometimes it's needed because I think like what is it about the music scene here that's hard to break through? Is there anything in particular? Like, I don't have a nail to it. Is it like we just don't have enough venues? It's kind of the same.
Yeah, I think it's that because like the community is dope.
Yeah,
everyone's always like supporting each other, but not enough venues.
Yeah, I think the venue thing is a real thing in my opinion. Like, but I do think like it does take like leaving. Like, because I feel like if you go to like Seattle, Portland, like there's so much opportunity like for venues and being able to perform and the find. I don't know. But I don't really know that much about it.
Yeah.
So, but I should like so do you have a manager? Do you work by yourself? Like, do you do this all by yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm learning more about the business side now.
Yeah. Have you read?
Oh, actually, when I was going to community college, they had us get this book, but I never read it. I never read it.
You never read it? You should
no.
read it. If you, I've read parts of it, but like it, like I feel like there's so many people who like say like if you want to get into the music business, that's like a book you have to read to like understand like I think it was like Chance the Rapper's like managers, like he swears by this book. There's a bunch of other people. My buddy Jinx Universe said like if you ever wanted to consider like being a manager or being a music artist, like this is a book you need to like read.
Bet.
And no, but so that's what the book is called All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald Passman.
Ew.
And I don't know. I'm the kind of person who just buys books because I've been told to buy them and then I never read them.
I feel that.
When you're going to school, so did you go to school in Hawaii?
Yeah, I went to like a semester of music business and like audio engineering. And I was just like, I was not there. I was like fresh out of high school, just like, all right.
Did that teach you a lot though? Like just to even
I like, cause my classes were so early in the morning. I would just be like passed out half the time.
Well, I mean, I want to ask like, what is your like thoughts on like the Spokane music community? I know you mentioned that you love it and that it's great, but like what makes it great for you?
The people, like the community that shows up, like even people that don't play music. When I did the Revival Tea Company in November, I didn't even like push that show and it was packed out. Like so many people came.
That's so cool.
Right? I was like,
awesome.
what?
That was I'm bummed that I missed that event, but because I went and saw my friends Exact Change and Matisse do it, and what Rostro did when he put it together and like what they were doing there was just such a unique experience. Like you don't get that very much. We need more. Like when we talk about like events, like in needing more events, like we need more stuff like that, and but it can't just be like once a week. We need it like multiple days a week. We need places that are kind of more approachable or even all ages. That was the cool thing about that place.
And like it was just tea.
Yeah, and it was just tea.
And it was early enough in the night if people wanted to go out and drink or whatever after, like, do that.
Yeah, no, that was cool. I got just like a tea cocktail, and I was like, I need to remember this. Like, I don't need to always like go out and like have drinks. Like I can just get a mocktail and it feels just the same.
It tastes good too.
And it tastes great.
You know,
as you like, I mean, I want to ask like about like leaving Spokane. Like, what is it that is pulling you away from Spokane?
Definitely more music opportunities and I don't know. I feel like I've been living here long enough. It's time to like try somewhere else.
Yeah. Was the plan was always probably to maybe leave here someday? Did you think you'd be here for 6 years?
No, I did not.
I feel like people who move here that don't like expect to be here, like they never expected to be here as long as they were.
Yep. Time goes by fast.
I've lived here for pretty much my entire life. Like I've came here when I was like 8. We moved away for a year back to the Midwest, and then we're pulled back by the Spokane vortex.
Right.
But my wife's been here her whole life, but I also like I'm not the kind of person that's like I believe I need to live here my whole life.
Right.
It's just I've raised my children here. I don't want my kids to live here their whole life.
Yeah.
Like I think that they should be able to go experience life outside of Spokane, like, and I think that can lead to bigger opportunities.
Right. Yeah.
Because I still feel called to like living in a place like I don't want to live in LA, but I feel like something draws me there when I'm in LA that like maybe something will draw my kids there, and then I'll be like I got to go live in LA with my kids. Like maybe one of my kids will become an actor or like an athlete or who knows what. And but I always hope and think that like it's always great for people to move on and like and take it for what it's worth. Like,
Yeah.
what was like one of the biggest things you've learned here?
Ooh. How to be more patient with myself and other people.
Is it just that? Is it what is it about Spokane that taught you that?
I don't really know what I mean. Because I'm a very impulsive person a lot, and I've actually taken a huge step back here. And even with my friends, like I met my lifelong friends here.
Yeah.
Like I have a couple back on the island, but most of them are gone now.
Yeah,
But I met like a bunch of my lifelong friends here,
that's so cool.
which is dope.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
There are some really cool people in Spokane.
There really is.
I will say I've met
Another reason why I'm still here.
I've met some of my coolest friends here, best friends, obviously, but it didn't. I have a bunch of I've had a handful of friends actually move here recently. That like I was like I never expected them to ever move here.
Yo, yeah, I had my friend Josh that I met on the island like moved here.
Oh, really?
I've known him for probably like 10 years.
Oh,
And he ended up in Spokane.
did he move here because you were here?
He didn't even know I was here. I
Oh,
don't
really?
think.
he was just drawn. Your energy was here.
Yo.
And what is your like faith based? Like, I'm not Christian or anything, but I feel like there is like, I do believe in like karma, and like I'm getting more into this world of like that. Like, it's not maybe like I don't want to call it like the sign, like the astrology, but like I'm starting to feel more about like believe in vibes and like karma and like doing good like will give you good back. Like what did like is yours like island based? Like what is
I mean, like I went to an all-girl Catholic school, but that is not my vibe.
Right?
That's definitely not my vibe. I believe there's a higher power. Like I do believe in karma and all that. And just being a good person, you'll get good things back. I'm like, I don't want to be a shitty person anyways. Like
that's a good point. I've been kind of an asshole lately to people.
Same.
And I was
Ebb and
like,
flow.
and then I was just like, and I'm like, I'm getting into my bully phase because like people are just really pissing me off, and I just like want to like bully my family. It's mostly my family. It's not like random people. And then I'm like, I need to be nicer because like if I am, that negative energy is just like it is kind of will make you sick.
Yeah. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Makes you feel heavy.
If once you like get out of Spokane, like, do you think you'll come back? Do you think
I definitely will come back. I'll come back and do some shows and stuff.
No, like
He's like to live?
yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay. No, I believe that like I have this theory with people and maybe it's good and bad, but like there is like for whatever reason, Spokane becomes a vortex. And I was talking to someone about this the other day that was who believes more like in the astrology side of things. And I was like, what is it about Spokane that makes people come back here to live? Because it does happen to a lot of people. And then it happens to a lot of people that say they never would do it.
Right.
It happens mostly with people in high school. Like when people were in high school, my age, they were like, I hate Spokane. I'm leaving here forever, never coming back. And I know about 20 people who've said that, and then they came back. and I don't know if it's just like if it's a negative vortex or it's just like
Who knows?
family, but like there is something about Spokane that does draw people back because I don't know what it is. So something. Well, I want to give you like a moment I want to have you play like an original.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going to move mics around and like have you just do a song. And so people can, because that's the other thing. People really you can't find too much of you online. You can go to your Instagram.
You can find me on SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Some weird demos, but it's still me.
I should definitely go check those out.
Yeah.
But we're going to do a song, and then I'll have you introduce it, and I'll get kind of everything kind of changed around here real quick.
The song is called Boner Soup. happy, oh so happy. Now you found my heart, so we are here now. We are here as one. Now you are here with me, so we can be happy. Now you found my heart, so we are here now. We are here as one. Now you are here with me, so we can be, and we are now happy. Do do da 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 do 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 da 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 do 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 da 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 do da 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 do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah.
Okay, I want to actually ask you some. Can I ask you some questions about this? So, why is it called boner soup?
I was living with a bunch of my friends, and one friend Brian was super stoned, and I showed him the song, and he was just like boner soup, and I looked at everyone, we were just like, all right, bet that's the name. It's just random.
I know, because I'm like when you mentioned it on Bobby's podcast, and then you said, and I've heard you sing the song before, and I was like, there's nothing about it that you don't say boner soup in it, do you? You just named it that?
Yeah,
That's
just
awesome.
like super random out of the blue. Shout out to Brian for naming that song.
When did you write that?
Ooh, when I was 19.
Oh wow! So you've been playing boner soup for a while.
Yeah, and it's kind of changed feels a little bit. I mean, it had the same like the little jazzy thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's changed up a little bit.
Well, it's a beautiful song. I like it. It is very like it reminds me of like being with my wife.
Aw.
And it's very
Hey.
like, and that's what I'm saying. Like your music, just like there's something about it that just very much like it makes you feel, and
Yeah.
like I think it's just you just have such a unique sound, and I don't know, I can't wait I would love to hear this on driving down the road when I least expect it.
You can hear an 18-year-old version of me do it.
Oh, doing it on
it's actually a really good recording too.
Oh, cool.
And the best part at the end
Yeah.
is that I burp. And then I giggle and it fades out. It's
That's
like my
amazing.
favorite ending of anything I've ever recorded.
That's so cool. How like on your EP like that you're preparing for, like, is it going to be acoustic or is it going to have a band?
I think I'm going to do both.
Okay.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
That's exciting because like I don't know what you would add to that, but like
I used to have a band.
You used to have a band? What, like
I had
like a full band?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I had like a saxophone, another guitar, a bass player, and a drummer.
Wow.
Like back in the Bartlett days.
Back in the
And then when we did Lucky Fest, it was just me and Lucas Brown. Like he played drums, and then I have this octave pedal, so I could play bass and guitar for myself.
Oh, nice.
We plugged into a bass amp, and it sounded banging.
That's so cool.
We maxed out capacity like 3 times for that. That was probably the best performance I've ever played.
All right. Lucky Fest was at Lucky You.
Yeah.
From 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That they were going to do it last year, and then
Things happened.
Then things happened. Appreciate you coming on Spokane.
Thank you.
By the time this episode's released, you might be not in Spokane anymore.
Who knows?
Who knows? But if not, like we could find you where at online?
Instagram probably be the best for posting shows. It's like Tylah, Tylah Alai.
Awesome. And yeah, go there. You perform randomly sometimes. Like you just performed at Pack Out Pizza on a whim.
Last minute.
Yeah, like, and I'll try it. If you post something, I'll try to make sure to post it as well.
Yeah.
Like so we can get the love going and like make sure that we know when you're performing.
Yeah.
And before we leave, there's one question I always love to ask, and I end with is why Spokane? Like, what has Spokane meant to you over these last 6 years?
Man, I didn't even know Spokane existed like 7 years ago. Yeah, if it wasn't for my ex, and I was just like, okay, I'm ready for a change. Let's go check it out.
That's
but
awesome.
it's mainly the community.
Yeah,
Solid community.
I love it. I love the community. I love that you're a part of it. You will always be a part of it, and it will be exciting to see you come back to Spokane and perform when you're living somewhere else and you're coming here as like a homecoming.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, to me and to imagine a lot of people in the community, when you come back, it will be like a homecoming for you.
There's so much love. Like when every time because I went home for like 3 weeks, turned into a month and a half last year. And when I got back, everyone was just like, it wasn't the same without you. I'm just like, oh,
that's
awesome.
Love you guys. Spokane's filled with great people, but
Facts.
I'm sure that you'll find great people where you go.
Oh, everywhere.
And again, thank you so much for being on Spokecast.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. That was the first time I think we've ever played music on Spokecast Live. So thank you again for playing Boner Soup.
Yeah.
So until next time, everyone, peace.
Aloha.
Fucking, but it's lovely, humping, bumping uglies, what a fun thing, nothing, but it's something, what I'm wanting, it's a real freak bitch with a tongue ring, you know that one girl that do that one thing, she made it disappear, she a mind freak, she ain't playing games like a bye week.